Hello everyone, call me Balo here. Welcome to my channel. So you're thinking about becoming a content creator. There are some things I would suggest you consider. Consider your niche. You don't want a niche that is too obscure, and you don't want a niche that's insanely popular either. You want something that's kind of in between, so you can get a little bit ahead when it becomes popular, because sometimes niches do that. You also want to pick a niche that is timeless. There are niches out there that are timeless. For example, gaming. I would say that is pretty timeless. It does change a little bit back and forth, but gaming in general is going to be on the internet to stay, especially retro gaming, because there's always going to be people who are nostalgic for certain time periods. That's always going to go over well. People tend to really like that. I'm not just saying that because that's my niche, but I'm just saying that because it's something I've noticed. You don't want to get into a niche when it's insanely popular, because like any other industry, social media can get oversaturated. And it's going to be a lot harder for you to really make it if you enter a niche when it's already oversaturated, because you have a ton of competition that you're going to be up against. People who have been in there longer than you have, who may have better quality content, who may have more experience, things of that nature. You also have to consider, is this the type of content that future you would be okay with? The internet is forever. What's out there is gonna be out there forever. I've noticed this with a lot of people who have done spicy content like OF and all that kind of stuff. A lot of them, they did that in the past and now they regret it because they've had so many issues with it, or it's just not them anymore. And there's also been a lot of people who have been fired from their jobs for that kind of content. They had suffered socially as well from that kind of content. It has made life harder for them. That's something you really have to consider before choosing your niche. Is this kind of content going to affect my future negatively? Another thing you have to consider is the fact that you might have to rely on other sources of income still. Very few people make it to where they can live reasonably with quitting their day job. Or let me rephrase it, very few people make it as millionaires on social media. It's like being a sports superstar. It is a very low probability of making it to that level. So what a lot of creators do, because a lot of them struggle with monetization and things of that nature, no matter what kind of content you do, that's always going to be a struggle for some reason or another. So they leverage their brand, their image in other ways. Like they'll sell sauces or supplements or t-shirts and different kinds of merch, things of that nature. A lot of them do brand deals for that very reason. They want another source of income because the monetization from ad revenue just doesn't cut it for them. Some of them also have subscriptions and things of that nature for that very same reason. A lot of them have all three of those things because ad revenue itself just doesn't cut it. So you're going to have to really, really work on marketing skills, work on your human relations and things of that nature. Your human relations, that's for sure, but your PR skills are going to be tantamount to your success in social media. You're going to have to know how to deal with people positively and negatively. You're going to have to interact with people. But the good news is you do it on your own terms because you are working for yourself at that point. And that's another thing you could get known for. You could get known for being snarky to trolls, or there are some people who read hate comments in funny voices. They make fun of people who decide to troll them and hate on them and stuff. I find that to be very, very entertaining. You gotta leverage certain things to your advantage. You have to have a thick skin too. You have to have one to begin with, but I would venture to say that the more I've been doing this personally, the thicker my skin has gotten, not only online, but in the real world as well. I got to the point where I am me, and as long as I'm a decent person, I don't really care what people think of the way I talk or what I look like or anything of that nature. Or my hobbies or this, that, and the other. This has given me more confidence. Yet you kind of have to have a little bit of confidence to really get started in it. But as you keep going, your confidence, your self-esteem can build if you let it and if you work on it. Anyway, that is it for now. I will see y'all in the next one.